Hello everybody, welcome to the Eden Audio YouTube channel. My name's Adam and I'm the owner of Eden Audio. Eden Audio are based in Copford St Luke, Somerset in the United Kingdom. You can also visit our webpage at edenaudio.uk. This morning I'd like to give you a guided tour of the little demo room that we use here at Eden Audio for testing the gear, the products we use for making our video, etc, etc. So I'd like to give you a little guided tour of the room we have here. I'll go through products one by one. Now here you see a pair of headphones. This pair of headphones are from a Taiwan manufacturer. They're called Perfect Sound. And these are the D901s. Now these got quite slated on Headphone when they had a little tour where Perfect Sound sent someone in the United States a pair of headphones where they could listen to and send it around the country that other people could test. And this pair of headphones actually got quite slated, which I was a little bit surprised because, as I say, I've got them and I find them quite nice to listen to. They're bassy, smooth, they're a good listen. They are extremely overpriced, but the sound of them is actually quite good. But as I say, on the Headphone forum, they really did get slagged quite seriously. And that was probably the end of them. So, that's the headphones. We move along. Here we see a couple of remote controls. We've got the remote control. This is for the Edwards Audio pre and power amplifier. This is the new ORN remote control, which is pretty good because if you look at it there, it says ORN, and if you turn it up the other way round, it also says ORN. So no matter what position you put it in, the remote control name, logo will always say ORN. Really clever design that. I like that a lot. Here we've got the remote control for, let's see if we can get that in, there we go, back in focus. This is the remote control for the well-rounded sound amplifier that I'm going to show you. Now, let's move on to the speakers. The speakers I've got in here are from Aurelia. They're a Finnish manufacturer, and these are a active pair. These are the mini area DSP, and if I show you around the back, if we're going to have a little wander around the back here we go. Here you can see how I've got them connected up, and you can see the options you've got with these loudspeakers. Don't know how clearly you can see that there. You've got the options of adjusting the treble, and you can also adjust the bass. Also, you can do this automatically if you purchase a microphone. You set the microphone up and the speakers will set out a test tone, and that will adjust the speakers automatically for your room. If we look at the cabling, this is the cabling I've got here. They've got one cable that runs to a subwoofer, which I'm going to also show you in a minute. So we've got the red one there, the red RCA cable, that's the subwoofer out, so that's running into a subwoofer, and you've got a interconnect cable there from Pure Phonics. This is CCC copper, fantastic sounding stuff, and this is running from the ORN. So you run the active speaker directly from the ORN, which I'm also going to show you in a minute. So there we are, there we have the rear of the Aurelia. There we see the name Aurelia from Finland, the Aneria DSPE model. So moving on, these are the Perfect Sound, Perfect Sound's Dido D901 headphones. I say personally I enjoy them, but it seems there's quite a few people who don't rate them that highly. So there we've got our remote controls. Here we've got another little pair of loudspeakers. This is from an American manufacturer called Well-Rounded Sound. These are the Jack Terrier 2s. Absolutely, I think I've done a little video on these speakers before, but the sound on these is outstanding. Really, the clarity, the stereo imaging on them is absolutely first class. I love the sound of these, really pure tone. This is a new model from ORN. I'm going to show you fairly soon. This also has just arrived, hot off the press as they say. It's the new ORN S6 headphone amplifier and DAC. This is the brand new Pro version. As I say in a video a little bit later on, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail and tell you about that. If we have a look around the back, the rear of this amplifier, I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly. There we see we've got the cable in. We've got a Y80 USB cable. We've got an acoustic revive mains power cable connected up to an Y80 CO37 silver plated IEC plug. Maybe you can see that round the back there. That's the rear of the new Orn S6 DSD 32-bit headphone amplifier. Something else new that we've recently received here at Eden Audio. This is from the brilliant British manufacturer. Again, I've done a little presentation on this little device. You can see here, this is the new Bard headspace. £14 that costs you. And it's a brilliant little tweak for your headphone listening. Moving on, the computer that I use here in Eden Audio in the office here in our little demo room. This is the Microsoft Pro 4. It's a pretty good computer. I say that slightly hesitantly because it's very noisy. Yes, the fan is a real curse. It is constantly on. You can hear the thing whizzing away and it is really annoying. It would be a fantastic little computer that you can carry around with you, but because of the problem with the fan being on constantly, as soon as you open up a video in YouTube or you want to do some kind of task, more than one task, the fan kicks in and it drives you absolutely nuts. Another problem with the Pro Surface 4 is the screen. There is terrible ghosting on this screen when you turn it on. Therefore I use this Dell monitor, so I don't have to look at the Pro 4 screen because it's pretty shockingly bad for the price it costs. It's not acceptable really from Microsoft. Yeah, not good at all. I wouldn't recommend the Pro Surface 4 to anybody. I don't think I'd buy another one, especially considering how much they cost. This is the monitor, as I say, I use. This is a Dell Ultra Sharp 24-inch HD. I'll probably be upgrading that in the future. I'll be upgrading the computer, as I say, as well, to something a little bit more serious that can handle video editing, multitasking basically. So I'll be upgrading the computer as well in the future. Moving on a little bit further, say here we have a solid steel mat and a Anker mouse. This is what they call an ergonomic mouse, and it takes a little bit getting used to when you first try it, but it really is comfortable in your hand. Your hand is in a much more natural position using this type of mouse. Moving around, this is the well-rounded sound. God, so many cables around here, they just get in the way of each other. There he is, hiding behind there. That's the well-rounded sound. Little amplifier, jack of all trades. Not bad sounding. Bluetooth, headphones, subwoofer out. As I say, everything you could possibly need for a desktop sounding amplifier with a reasonable sound quality. Again, this is the Jack Terrier 2 loudspeakers. As I said before, absolutely love these, but you do need a subwoofer with them. But the purity, the focus of the stereo imaging is absolutely fantastic. Love them. And there is the other Aurelia area loudspeaker. On the desk also, I picked up this new CD the other day. Got it at a great price. One of my favourite bands from the 80s, The Beat, featuring Rankin Roger. Get Well Soon Rankin. This is an album they made probably 2 or 3 years ago. It's called Bounce. They've just released a new album called Public Confidential, which I highly recommend. If you're into that 1980 two-tone ska sound, this is the CD for you. Brilliant, brilliant sound. Absolutely love listening to that. And here we've got another pair of Aurelia loudspeakers. Again, absolutely first class sounding. Absolutely love the sound of these loudspeakers. Aurelia really do make absolutely top-notch sounding loudspeakers. Absolutely love these. These are around £1,000 new, and again the stereo imaging on them is out of this world. Absolutely love the sound of them. Now we've got a rat's nest of cables. I'm going to show you down here on the floor. We've got a rat's nest of cables. Look at that. Oh, cables everywhere. But the reason I've came down here is because I want to show you this. I don't know how well you can see that. It's a well-rounded sound sub 100 subwoofer. Now I'm going to be honest here, and I'm going to tell you I'm not a massive fan of subwoofers. I've never really got on with them. The first subwoofer I bought was a few years ago, well, quite a few years ago now, and I think it was called the Real Strata, something like that. Anyway, I didn't like it at all. It was just a blur. It just sounded absolutely horrible thing. And I put me off subwoofers for life, basically. I just didn't like them, but I thought I'd give them another go. So I got in contact with Well-Rounded Sound and I ordered the Well-Rounded Sound sub 100 subwoofer, and it is a killer. It really is a very tuneful subwoofer. The bass punch and kick on it is absolutely first class. I absolutely love this thing. It's the first subwoofer that I think I've heard that I actually enjoy listening to. Pacey, timey, great punch. Excellent. It's affordable, it's well built, and it is a beautiful little subwoofer. Here we've got my office chair. It's from a Dutch company. Can't remember the name of them right now, but I've got that at a fairly decent price. Now, moving on, here we see the desktop itself. It's very famous amongst YouTubers and bloggers. It's from Ikea. Can't remember the name of it. I'll have to check that out later. Could be Alex. Oh, I can't remember. I think these are Alex. These drawers here. So it's very popular choice amongst many YouTubers. Got one there and one that supports the desk. The other side here, and it was on the floor. We've got my printer. Moving on around the room, don't know if you can see that, the sun's shining. That's the sun out there. It's a bit of a surprise to have the sun in England this time of year. Goodness me, what a sight. There we have a broadband absorber. This is a 5 cm in depth broadband absorber. This is from a Polish company. Seems to be going out of focus a little bit here. I think the sun coming through the window isn't helping at all. Look at that, absolutely awful out of focus that. See if I can get that back in focus. There we go, it's a little bit better. Anyway, that's from a Polish company called Addictive Sound. I've got two of theirs. There we see another one on the wall there. If I step back a little bit, you'll be able to see that a little bit more clearly. So I've got two of those 5 cm broadband absorbers from the Polish company called Addictive Sound. I've got another broadband absorber down here. Geek Acoustics. Look at the sun shining through the window there. And now, slightly to the side of that, if you can get out of the way of that sun shining through the window, we've got an Acoustic Revive RWL3. Now these are diffusers. I've got this diffuser on the first reflection point where you can see there from the loudspeaker. There it is at the first reflective point. I've got a diffuser. I'll put that there also because there's a radiator behind it. Now moving along, we've got more Geek Acoustics. This is a bass trap because the room's small, as I've explained in previous videos. Small rooms are very problematic for low frequency tones, especially if they're square. This isn't 100% square. I think this room's about 4x3. If you've got 3x3, 4x4 meter rooms, they are just total aggravation, and you need to treat the room quite heavily to be able to control the bass. Boom. By bass, I'm probably talking about 60 Hertz, that kind of frequency. Causes massive problems. And here on the top of the Geek Acoustics Tri-Bass, I think they're called Tri-Bass Traps, something like that, from GIK Acoustics. I keep calling it Geek. I don't know if it's Geek or GIK. Would someone please let me know? How do you say it? Is it just GIK? I don't know. Anyway, on top of here we've got, oh look at that, what a team, look at that. Can you see that? West Ham United. Why West Ham United when you live in Somerset? Simple reason. I was born in Wanstead in the East End of London, and it has been 49 years so far of torture supporting that team. You never know what you're going to get with West Ham. Great to watch sometimes, absolutely awful the week later. Unbelievable team. Here we've got a newer stand. I bought these as a pack of two. Superb value for money. Chinese brand that sort of make photography gear. This is a stand I use for the lighting when I make the videos in a dark room. Very, very good. So I've got another one of them, which I'll show you later. Here we're moving on to the speakers. We're currently testing another fantastic pair of speakers. These are from Gareth James, Ophidian Audio. Brilliant designer of loudspeakers, absolutely awesome. I've also showed these in the previous video. There we can see them. We have a look around the back of them. If you can see that, there they are. Connected up with some DH Labs Q10 signature loudspeaker cables. Goodness me. Look at those. Brilliant speaker cables these are. They're not cheap, but they're not excessively expensive either. Good value for money. To say, a lot of people don't like spending money on cables and think they're a waste of money, but I must say I'm really impressed with their DH Lab stuff. I think they offer superb value for money. Let's step back a little bit and I'm going to show you the speaker stands that the Ophidian Audio on. I don't know if you can see them very well. There we go. These are made by another British manufacturer based in Leicestershire in the United Kingdom. Called, is that going out of focus again? They're called Hi-Fi Racks Limited. Again, this is a manufacturer that offers a superb range of real wood finishes to suit the decor in your home. You can see if I move around here slightly, this is another rack, an award-winning, very popular in the British press. These racks are always gaining lots of awards, and it's quite easy to understand why. This version here is a solid wood rack made from oak, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. A lot of audiophiles in the UK choose this as their main choice of rack, and it's pretty easy to see why. They really do look good. If we have a look at the amplifiers, I've got currently on demo another British manufacturer, a manufacturer that offer, again, outstanding value for money. They just prove that it is still possible to make excellent quality, affordable hi-fi here in the United Kingdom. So well done to Edwards Audio. They offer a range of excellent turntables, amplifiers, phono stages. Again, I say that the value for money here is first class. When we sort of live in an audiophile world now where prices are going astronomically high, along come Edwards Audio and give you products that you can actually afford to go out and buy. This is a video, this is a product I showed you just yesterday in one of our latest little presentations. It's the new Orn X8 DAC, and there she is. Absolutely brilliant sounding little DAC. Again, what we like here at Eden Audio is affordable hi-fi. We stress affordable hi-fi. Products that you can actually afford to go out and buy. Products that offer exceptional sound quality, excellent build, and again I must stress you can actually afford to buy these kind of products. They're accessible to virtually everybody. There's the Orn S5 network transport cloud. Brilliant bit of kit again, as I explained yesterday. Looking around the back, I'll just recap the cables I've got around here. So it's a bit of a sore subject for some people. Again, you know, you spend what you want really. You spend until you can hear no improvements. If you don't hear no improvements, then don't spend any more money. You know, you go onto hi-fi forums and you'll be bored to death. Really, you'll be bored completely to death of people discussing cables. It's been going on for 20 plus years. People arguing whether or not cables make a difference, and quite frankly, it will bore you rotten. It is such a boring subject, believe me. Power cable. We've got here KLE Innovations power cable. We've got some Pure Phonics cable here with KLE RCA plugs. As I said in the previous video, we use these plugs because we think they are the best available, great quality. We've got the copper harmony and we've got the silver harmony. On the optical, we've got the brilliant DH Labs. Again, it's an affordable optical cable. You're not paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds for these cables. No, not at all. The most expensive cable I have actually got, and that's £100 a metre. It's the Red Wave from DH Lab. I've got connected. If you, I don't know how well you can see that down there. There you go. Oh, look, there you go. It's an Ikea plug. Gold-plated Ikea plug onto the red wave. I think the total cost of DIYing this power cable, and I mean this is a reference quality power cable, it comes under £300. There is absolutely no reason to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds on power cables. I always recommend you DIY them, and you can make them for £100, £200. Absolutely no reason, in my opinion, to spend more. Absolutely bonkers spending hundreds and £100 on power cables. There we got the rear, the port of the Ophidian, the Prophet, the brand new Prophet Evolution range. Awesome loudspeakers. Absolutely love these. Here we've got the other newer stand, if you can see that there, little tripod. And on top of that, we've got some lights I recently bought, some LED, highly rated, again from a Chinese company called Aperture. Can't remember the name of these, I can't remember the name of them, it escapes me, but these are fantastic little LED lights for lighting up your room when you're in a dark room and you need lights to light up your subject. In the corner here we've got a foam bass trap. I really do not recommend foam at all. Bought that on a whim, don't know why, they do absolutely nothing. Avoid foam if you can. Moving on, here we've got a little Ikea plant for decoration. How nice is that? And here we've got the Orn, more Orn stuff. We've got the Orn XP1 power supply and the X1S DAC and headphone amplifier. Awesome kit, as I showed you in the previous video. For those on a budget looking for top quality sound, that's the brand for you. Here we've got another little tripod for making videos. Pick that up on Amazon. I'll put that in the link along with everything else afterwards, so we know exactly what we've got now. Moving down, oh look, here we've got some 7-inch, doesn't look much, they look a bit lonely actually. This is just a small part of my record collection. I'll tell you a little bit about my record collection. Is that I was a teenager in the 80s. And the first record I was bought, well, the first record that was bought for me was from my auntie actually, and she bought me Madness. And it was 1979, and it was the album One Step Beyond. And it was that one step beyond from Madness that got me into buying music. It made me have an interest in hi-fi. So that one record set it all off. It got me into the 1980s ska two-tone music scene as well. And as I say, growing up in the 80s, I just absolutely love 80s music. Here we got some 12 inches, some LPs, but as I say, 99% of my music is from the 80s. I absolutely love 80s. Love 80s electronic, pop, especially two-tone, ska, reggae, madness, the beat, the specials. I love all of that type of sound. I say this is just the part. I've got more records downstairs. This is another Ikea piece of furniture that just arrived. This is the Ikea Alex. Let's just go back up onto the wall. Here we've got another broadband absorber. There you go, that's actually 10 centimeters, this one. A little bit thicker, so it's better at trapping some more of those low frequencies. Again, that's probably on the first reflection. Here we've got another Aperture light. Let's see if I can see, what's the, I can't remember the model number of these, but anyway, that's an Aperture LED. This one's slightly adjustable, where you can adjust the kelvins to your taste. There we go. From 3,200 kelvins up to 5,500 kelvins. There you go. If I just turn that on for you. I'll tell you what though, these things absolutely eat batteries. There you go, that's it. Probably not on full power because the batteries, I mean the batteries on these last about an hour. You can get rechargeable batteries which go in here, which I strongly recommend. They're a little bit expensive. But as I say, if you put in normal AA batteries, they just absolutely eat them, really. They just don't last 5 minutes. Here we've got another pair of well-rounded sound loudspeakers, the RDMA. Oh, brilliant these are. I've showed these in the previous video, blown away by the sound of these. Again, affordable, top quality, excellent sounding loudspeakers, really. About £1,000 for those. I mean, not cheap, but not excessive, but the sound quality is pristine. Brilliant, absolutely love them. Moving down a little bit, so got just a little selection of the lenses that I use on my camera. I've got a Nikon Nikon, depends where you live, either in England or the United States. I think in England we say Nikon, in the United States they say Nikon, not 100% sure. But here we got a Nikon. It's a the camera I've got's a D7100. It's a crop sensor camera, DX, so it takes DX lenses. Here we've got I've got a 50mm, which I think is on the camera at the moment, but we've got a 35mm here. I've got a Samyang. This is actually a full frame. For full frame cameras, 85mm. We've got the very popular Sigma. It's a 17-50. Not a bad lens, that. Not bad at all. Nice little lens. I've got Tamron 70-300. What else have I got? What is it? Oh, name escapes me at the moment. Tokina. That's it. I've got a Tokina wide angle lens as well. Here I've got the zoom. This is what I use also for making recordings. Brilliant little product, this zoom from Japan. There we go. Don't know if you can see that. Lovely little microphone for making recordings. Oh, and also at the back here I just received this from, actually this comes from Barcelona, Spanish company, and this is what I'm using as a grip for my mobile phone making this. It's not a gimbal, but it's a great little tripod. Handheld, put it in your hand, and yeah, just connect it up to your mobile phone and away you go. So that's made in Barcelona in Spain. Here we've got another Geek acoustic panel on the wall. Jeez, as I say, I've got these absolutely everywhere. Good reason for that. It's a small room, as I say. You need a lot of these to make the sound bearable. There we go, another Geek acoustics broadband absorber. Well, that's about it, I think. I think I showed you all the products I've got here in the Eden audio demonstration room. It's a good little room for testing out equipment and as using as our office. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye now.